Hello, Rodney.
Hello, Gary. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm chilling over here.
I know, right? You're staying warm over there in your garage?
Yes. And see, I couldn't decide if I wanted to sit by the fireplace
Oh, nice.
or sit at the beach.
Oh, man. I like the beach. I like the beach. Yes, I'm ready for the beach.
Man.
Yeah. When you turn that fireplace on, I got a little warm.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I was right there on your back.
I'll stick with this piece of junk. So
I saw you working on it. I saw your video came out for the week. That looked good.
A little piece at a time, a minute by minute.
Yeah.
Scott Brown is watching. Hey, Scott Brown and Shannon Wise.
Yeah, we got Rex is on, Tracy Lynn's on, Mark's on.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad I'm sitting here tonight.
Okay.
I figured you'd be reviewing resumes all week to replace me.
What?
After I barfed the intro last week. Holy smokes.
Oh, no.
That was terrible.
No. That's funny. I forgot all about that. That's funny you mentioned that.
Well, it's funny. I didn't even catch it till you afterwards. You said something.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. So, man, it's been a cold week, and I'm ready for it to get warmed back up. You know what I mean? And I mean, this to me is cold. Like, I like regular cold when it's like 30, 35, 40 degrees. This whole 0 to 10 is not for me at all. And, but yeah, so,
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But, but luckily we got heaters in these garages because we got to get our cars ready to go for, the calendar still coming on, where we got to keep going, make the donuts and get our cars going. Man, your car is just coming along. And I got my car back from HotRod Racing, Keith Lopez.
Yep, looks good.
Thank you, Gary. Yep. I'm happy to have it back and start to work on it. And I'll put a little reel out there as well on that.
Yes, and it is tomorrow at noon will be like the middle of January already.
Oh my goodness.
Smoking by.
We need a ticker, like a countdown to the first, race or the first test.
I don't want to see that.
You know what I mean? We need a countdown. That's so fun. So
what are we doing tonight?
What are we doing? I think we're going to go for a drag and a drive. I think that's what we're going to do.
That's
we're going to bring on these people that they go to a racetrack and they're like, hey, let's go down this racetrack. And they're like, okay, I went down this racetrack. Let me drive 300 miles. Let me go down this other racetrack, and I've never done that. I've seen it happen on TV. I've never done it.
You're smart.
Am I the smart one?
Scooter Rick says, hi guys, try Iowa -20 tonight.
Oh my God.
No.
It's 20 in Iowa. No, thank you.
So our second show of 2024, our first venture reaching out into some different territory with the Drag and Drive.
Yeah.
So who do we got? Who are we talking to? Right here in this little box. Who are we ready for?
I'm excited. Who are we talking to? I think we're talking to who's in the box tonight? Some people from Oklahoma, right? I mean, Drag and Drive, Midwest Pro Mod, Street Outlaws. I mean, they do it all.
Yep.
Let's bring them in.
And with Drag and Drive people, I see Eric White is watching. Him and Michael Narks have a dedicated YouTube channel and show for that. And they're going to know these people. Let's have Tina and David Pierce. Boom.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hi. How are you guys?
How's it going?
Cold.
Good.
Cold. I'm same. It's cold here. I don't like it.
Man.
I'm 100%. I love the beach. So that's what I need for my background.
No, let me find this.
Yeah, the beach is where it's at. There you
go.
Look
at that.
That's it. Makes me feel better already. Yep.
I'm on the beach.
Yes, I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Just need a tasty beverage.
Yes, exactly.
How are y'all doing?
We're good. We want to go racing, but our cars say no.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that feeling. It's not quite race season yet. Kinda
Yeah.
for some people.
Winter is
For some
halfway
people.
over though.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Now it's cold in Kansas. Is it officially cold in Oklahoma as well?
You get
Yes,
any snow?
It is. Yes, we
Oh.
got snow today,
Ooh.
actually. We got a little bit, I guess, a couple days ago, and then we got more today. But it's not a whole lot, just a little bit. But it's like 0 degrees outside or 5 degrees or something outside. And I'm like, no, stay inside by the fire.
Yeah.
it's warm in
Yeah.
the shop though.
Yeah.
I've been working in the shop today, so
Yeah.
Right on.
Been busy.
Yeah, this type of weather, the dog doesn't even want to go outside. You know.
I know. My dog
Cool.
kind of goes out and in really quick.
I took the dumpster around front this afternoon, and everything is crunchy. The grass is crunchy. I moved a sack that's in the dumpster to put another one in, and the plastic is all crunchy. Everything's just crunchy and cold.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
terrible.
likes this cold weather. Yep.
probably Ranging was like that too.
Did you see Rich Guido's videos?
I did.
Holy
I
cow!
did. That's rough.
Yeah.
Think about cranking that motor over.
And his
Ooh.
face, he had his face. I was like, that's too cold for a bare face.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like it. I don't like it. And the cold wind that blows with it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
No.
Hey, David, I saw that you had to update your resume there or go for an interview or something today. You got some new, make sure your contract was updated. Is that what was going on?
Yep.
You know,
We have to make sure that he's still qualified.
I
Yeah.
didn't have a very good year.
And I got to have Kenzie's input too. So
Kinsey, however,
Wow.
Kinsey had a great year.
Kenzie had a good year, but
So you could get
we
fired,
struggled with
maybe?
it.
Yeah.
You could
what's
get fired.
going
I mean, it looks that way, doesn't it?
on?
Shelly and Kurt Ripple say they're glad that David is still on the payroll.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes.
They're good people.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
That's
part of that Midwest series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Drag racing series.
Midwest
Yep.
drag
Racing series.
series. Yeah, too many letters.
Yeah.
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 A great bunch of people in there. They, I feel safe sending Tina down on a fast pass.
Mhm.
You know, with all their safety, they're the best.
Yeah.
Nice.
Appreciate those
Good.
guys.
Yeah.
No, it looks
It's always
like
a
good.
fun time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made a lot of friends over there too.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So just starting off with the show here, let's just talk about how you guys met, and let's go back to way to the left here. How long you been together and where'd you guys meet? Let's talk about that.
Oh, well, I hate to say how long it's been, but
Years.
but
5
it's
years
been,
ago.
we've been married. This year will be 17 years we've been married.
Nice.
We met actually. He has the automotive shop, and I worked just in front of it at Classic Auto Parts. And so I used to see him quite a bit. And plus, he did the work on our vehicles whenever we had it done. So I met him through there, but there was nothing going on. And then one day he's like flagging me down. I'm going to the bank. He's like, hey. I'm like, what is he doing? And I just ignore him. And, I go to the bank. Yeah, I was like, something wrong with this guy. What's he doing? So I come back and he flags me down again. And he's like, come in here. So I pull in there and he's like, hey, you want to go for a motorcycle ride? And I'm like, maybe. That's how it all started. Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate? Is that accurate, David?
Pretty accurate. Yeah.
I used to ride Harleys a lot. That was what I did back then.
Right on.
I got back into racing shortly after that.
Yeah.
But,
that's
awesome. How we met. And of course, like I say, 17 years. It'll be 17 years us married this year.
Congratulations.
In July. So yeah, thanks. So it doesn't seem like that long, but it's been a lot of stuff's been happening since then.
So 2007-ish.
Yeah. 2006.
Nice.
Is when we got married.
You didn't use my calculator.
Yeah, you need to get your calculator out. No, just kidding. You're close.
Yeah.
And then the next question is going to be, did Tina ever race before we were together? No,
Yeah.
she didn't.
Nope. I did not.
So no cars before Dave?
Nope. I rode motorcycles and stuff whenever I was younger. I never raced. My brother raced a bunch and all of our friends raced, but I just rode around. I didn't race or anything. But when we actually got together, there was somebody didn't want to fix a car, and he had an engine sitting around. So he was like, "Hey, why don't you come see if you want to drive this?" I'm like, "Nah, I like going and visiting and talking." And little did I know I could do both racing and talking. So I was in on that point. So he took me out and started bracket racing. So.
You went from nah to way,
all
way
the time. All the time. Yeah.
Wow.
Totally jumped in with both feet.
It was a Mustang.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it ran like, I don't know, 1150s or something. Put her in like the 12.0 stuff and bracket foot braking, and she did really good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had the blue S10. Everybody's seen the blue S10, and I had that truck I bought from a guy who was going through a divorce, and so we took the motor out of the Mustang and put in there, and that thing would run like 7.0s. It was
like 703 every pass.
She almost won our first big money. It was in Denton, Texas. It was a 3-day, like $5 granders, and she made it down to like 3 cars the first day and went red. But that thing was just
story of my life going red.
And so, anyways, things kind of progressed from there. We put the big block in it that was in there, and
a big block in a Mustang.
No, a big block in the truck.
In the
truck.
We got rid of the Mustang a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to, get rid of the Mustang.
You kind of stayed in that index world a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yes. We would go to, we went to Denton, Texas a lot, race there.
Yeah.
And she would just dominate those guys. I mean,
it was pretty fun. Those guys down there are pretty tough too, but it was fun going down there. It was just racing, when you race at the same track, it's nice to go to a different track and go and race.
Sure.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we did pretty well. That's probably why it was a lot of fun, because we did well.
Oh yeah.
I would watch from the, we'd run 6.0 a lot down there, and I would watch from the starting line, and I could see she would have a starting line advantage, and she's down there on the brakes and womping the throttle, and I'd look down there, and those guys would be like 6:01, and she'd be like 6:30 with the wind line on.
Yeah.
But now everybody's caught up. Everybody. Yeah. You got to be pretty good to win any.
Be very consistent. Yeah.
Any kind of index these days, but
heads up stuff is what I like most.
Okay.
But we've been doing a lot of the bracket racing stuff with Top Sportsman and the Midwest Drag Racing Series. And so I've had to get back into my bracket racing roots from doing all this heads up stuff. So it was a struggle for me for a while on just getting the lights down, but seemed to towards the end of the year got better. But these guys are tough in this series. But
sure.
Do you like one better than the other, or is it you like them both equal? The heads up versus the index stuff.
Well, I like heads up stuff the best. Like, it's more fun for me. Like, I think because I know if I've got an advantage or not, it makes me like I can see it. But I guess it makes me feel like I have more confidence up there doing the heads up stuff. With the bracket racing stuff, you don't really know if you got the better light or him, because y'all leave at different times. So you don't know until you get your time slip. So
she did finish. I think I seen 6th in the points in Top Sportsman in the Midwest Drag Racing Series.
Yeah.
So
we struggled a lot this year, but
we're doing some new things, and
yeah,
I had to figure things out. Man, that compressed air. Whew. You guys have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We kind of got off on the deep end here.
I know.
You asked me a different question.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about that after a while.
Here's a simple question. What's your home track? What would you consider your home track?
Our home track is Thunder Valley Raceway Park in Noble, Oklahoma. That's our home track. That's like 15 minutes from the house. So
okay,
it's not far. I like I like a local track that's super close, and it seemed to be a really good track last year too. I don't know.
Yeah, this last year
the surface was really nice.
The prep, man, Hillbilly,
Mm.
they did a awesome job prepping the track. It was the best prep I've ever seen at Thunder.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was really
I mean,
good.
consistently.
Yeah.
We didn't get there at all this year with your car, did we, Rod?
I don't think we did this year, and we like Noble a lot.
Yeah.
And it's an easy drive for us, and we try to get there a couple times a year doing something, you know.
Yeah.
Go to a big mark call out or you know, even to walk some, you know.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's a pretty decent track. I think we did a Midwest series out there, and they had pro mods running on it, because that's what Midwest is pro mods, you know, along with the other faster cars. But those pro mods, they went down that track and did really good. So I was really pleased to see that. But they did a good job.
Hopefully they'll have another good year and continue on.
Yeah.
Are they under new leadership or
They are. They were bought out last year. Was it last year?
Last year they were bought out. They
Towards
started
the end
with
of the year.
They started with a manager, changed up,
and it changed,
halfway or 3/4 way, and they brought back in Larry. Larry was the track manager. Larry and Nick. It was Larry that they brought back in, and Larry is old and wise, and he's
he knows his business. He's been doing this stuff for a long time.
Right on.
Long time.
Things are not, perfect, but they're.
I
at
mean,
least the track is still going. We try to be positive, and I hope everybody will try to be positive.
Give them a chance and let them try and fix things. And
there's never going to be a perfect place.
No, can't please everybody.
I don't know if that exists in drag racing.
It's not.
Place, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just having an open track is a bonus.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. I would hate to drive 2 hours just to go test and then something break after the first pass and come home. You know, we had that happen into last year. Went down, we rented the track, went down there, made one pass. It was okay. Came back and broke my transmission. And I was like, I turned it up and everything. And I was like,
Dang.
But that's just part of it. You know, that poor transmission was beat up pretty good. We beat on it all year. So, you know, it held up pretty good. So.
That sounds good. Let's take it to the Street Outlaws for a little bit and kind of talk through that lane.
Okay.
So that show's been on 10 plus years.
Yeah.
I think we're on season 1. I remember, you were racing Sean and Justin in the 4th gen.
Yep.
So how did that get started? Did you get a phone call, or how did that get
Well, we already knew some of the guys already. And Justin was one of the ones that we knew. Chief was one of the ones that we knew. And he had told us that there was a show coming about. And we just kind of left it at that. Wasn't no big deal. Well, we had seen him back behind our shop. There's a road where a lot of people do stuff. And he was out there in the middle of the day. And I was like, we happened to have our little Camaro there. And I was like, the one day that we decided to bring it, they were over there. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go down there and see what they want. It's just around the corner. So
see what they're doing.
Or see what they're doing. Sorry. And I went around the corner and I'm like, hey, y'all looking for a race? Just kidding, And all of a sudden there's cameras and microphones all in my face. And I'm like, oh God, what did I just do?
You walked right into the wolves.
Right. And then David come up behind me trying to figure out, because he saw me signing something. Like fixing to sign my life away, I guess. And I didn't even read it. But from then on, we just kind of did that race that y'all saw on the first episode.
Yep.
And of course we were hiding afterwards, but after that they just kind of went with that first season, and then they were wanting a female to come in with a few other characters to come in to the show, and they called me for that. That's how I ended up being on the show.
Okay.
So
It was really kind of a disappointing, our kind of into our big part of the show, because we had the crash and then we had the baby, and we never really did get a chance to really climb up. But our truck was probably the top 3 or 4 fastest, and would go down.
yeah, it'd go down anything.
Sure.
It was pretty good.
But we just didn't get a chance, and it just things work out. It is what it is. It just kind of
went in a different direction for us.
Sure.
A lot of people think that she just quit racing, and
no, I still
never
continued
stopped
racing. I had to stop for like a little bit to have a baby.
Sure.
And like 2 months after that, 3 months after that, 2 or 3 months after that, I was doing drag week in 2014. Like, so I never stopped racing until, just enough time to have a baby, and I was back to it. So
yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, made it onto the list. The only one, the only female on the list, 405 list. So
awesome.
still to this
some
day.
Some kind of belt there.
Yes, they gave me a belt and everything. It was pretty fun.
That belt is actually at Farm Truck and Asians.
Yeah.
In there.
Okay.
Their little museum thing that they've got. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So
we gave it back to them so they could have it displayed.
That's very cool. Who thought of the whole like sticker with barley and shirt and you know what I mean? The tutu.
Well, the tutu, they brought up the tutu, I think it was, and I just knew I was going to win. So I was like, I have nothing to worry about. We'll be okay. Of course, when you have that much confidence, sometimes it doesn't work out.
Everybody, we were sitting in the trailer right before the race. I clearly remember, and everybody's like, you got this, you got this.
Yeah.
Travis Cannon, I think, was there, and another friend of ours, Brian Baker, and they were like, you got this, you got this. And I'm like, no, we don't have anything. Anything can happen. And they're like, no, you guys. And I'm like, sure enough, they called it a jump, but we lost.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then here I am wearing a tutu and tiara.
On national TV.
Dang.
Sometimes it works out like that.
Sure. I think I saw you on there a little later when you were they were doing another shootout. Memphis was there and some other things.
Yeah, that's another time it was a tough situation. We were having trouble with the truck, and we actually was in Texas with Asian farm. Was Farm Truck there? I think it was just Asian. We were down there with a vendor doing a thing with them, and they called and they say, hey, we need a truck, somebody to drive a truck. Can you make it? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, well, Asian's got to be there, so I'll just ride back with him. David already had taken off because we got to get things together to get it going. And
the truck was apart.
Yeah.
We only had like 2 hours, and it was the last minute.
Yeah.
And we were having trouble with the truck, and I couldn't get it.
Yeah, he was out making test passes while we were in the driver's meeting and doing all that stuff, just trying to get it lined out. And they told me I had plenty of time, no worries. I'm like, okay. Well, then when it all said and done, Precious was like, let's go, first off the trailer. And I'm like, the truck's not here. And so they were like, we give you 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay.
I'm across the highway.
I'm like blowing his phone.
Across the highway, like 10 miles down, just pulled over on a country road, and I'm making passes in the truck, changing things. And we were having a crank trigger issue, and I can feel my phone going off in my pocket. And I'm coming back from just making a pass, and there's no doors. The driver's door wasn't on the truck. And so I pulled back into this parking lot, and I look down, and it's Tina, like 5 missed phone calls. And so I call her. She's like, you got to get here right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the truck's still not fixed.
Yeah.
It's hot. I haven't charged the battery. Like, just tell Chief that we're not going to make it. So Chief was going to lose $2,000.
Yeah.
When the truck showed up, or we're going to race for $1,000. So Tina went and talked to him, and he's like, well, it is what it is. Just at least show up.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to. I was like, this is going to be an embarrassing deal. And so I went, reluctantly I went, and Tina makes the pass, and it was just popping
banging and popping. Of course, it wasn't right. You can tell it wasn't right.
And
Sure.
Precious made maybe a 650 to 70 pass.
Sure.
And Tina almost still caught her, and we lost. Bottom line is we lost, and I felt terrible. It was embarrassing, and I had $1,000 in my pocket, and I went up and I handed it to Chief, and I'm like, here. I was like,
Yeah.
It couldn't be helped.
Yeah, we just couldn't get it. We didn't have enough time to get it together.
And I walked off, and he's like, no, come back. We win as a team, and we lose as a team. Here, take the money. And I was like, no. I said, it was just a bad deal. Anyways, so that was probably one of the last times we raced.
No, because we ended up racing boosted later on. But we did a lot of other things. We did a lot of other things with the show, like anytime they had a demolition derby or, the crazy stuff that they do. Bicycle rides. I don't even know if they even did that.
We did a bicycle race.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that they did.
It was in the sidecar.
I was leaning while he was pedaling, and it was fun. It was pretty fun.
We were third place. They didn't ever show none of our stuff though. Anyways,
you
film for so long.
Yeah.
It is
a lot of filming to get
just a little bit of film.
3 minutes, and it's like, where's you?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, people don't know what's like behind the scenes there, and I don't either. But I hear that a lot. You're doing a lot of filming, a lot on the set.
Yeah. A lot of hours of filming. They need lots of footage, and they just go in there and just pick out this and that, and just something little, and that's all they do out of the hours that you're there filming. So it is a lot of work. It's 100%. Those guys, for them to still be doing it is really good.
Yeah. That's, I don't regret any of that stuff. I'm glad that we did what we did, and things happen for a reason, and there's no way that she could be gone that much.
I've got 2 kids that they are first before some TV show. Yeah. It's just the way it has to be. I don't want somebody else having to raise them. They're our responsibility. So that's who should be raising them. And so there's no way I would just take off. And these guys take off for months at a time. Like, there's no way I could do that. So no way.
And according to the Facebook post, they still want David to raise them. Right? That was part of that. That was part of the stipulations.
Is that in my contract?
It was in the contract.
They have a vote on that. They vote that in.
Yeah.
So, Gary, do you have something?
We talked earlier. I think you said the first time you did Drag Week was 2014. Is that right?
Yes. That was the first one. Mm-hmm.
So I went like a year or maybe 2 years before that, and they were in Tulsa. I don't remember if it was the year before that or the second. We took off one day from work, me and another guy. He was like, hey, I'm going to go up there and watch. It was during the weekday, and it was Joe Barry was there. I remember. I think Lutz was there.
And 2012 started and finished in Tulsa.
Okay. That's when it was. And I was hooked right then. Like, I had been watching, some of the older stuff, but to be there and to walk around the pits and to watch it, I think they got kind of rain delay or rained out.
It rained out on Friday, at the end of the week on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I was hooked after that. I told Tina, I'm like,
we need to do it.
We're gonna go. We're gonna do this, and I think I can do it. I think we can do it.
Is that Tina? Is that the first time you had heard about a drag and drive style deal? Was when he came home from that? Really?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I don't ever remember anything before that. We were just like, bracket racing was all we were doing. There was nothing else. I was like, well, that should be fun, getting to drive a race car on the street,
So cool.
How fun that would be,
So cool.
Yeah.
We've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
We've done it almost every year. I think
I mean, a couple of years that we didn't do it, but we had some stuff going on.
We've only had one. We didn't finish, but we didn't not finish either.
Right.
We came back. We were out.
We were out of the
We were out of the running because we
Running.
hurt the motor and we got it.
we
our
missed
engine
one
managers.
track. We missed one track.
But we did get the Nova back running, drove it to Tulsa, made a couple passes, and then drove back to Noble, and got in the shootout and won the shootout. Very proud of that. But it's hard, man. Drag week, race week, sick week, Rocky Mountain race week. It's
Very hard.
It's tough.
It is.
People don't understand.
So what 2014 was your first, what vehicle did you take?
I took
On that
the very first blue S10. It looked black, but it was a dark blue.
And I was in my Camaro.
And
68
we took two vehicles. Both of us took one.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah. Luckily,
Hard enough
his
to do with one.
was solid. His was really good, running good numbers, still running fast, but could make it all week. Mine was the one every single day there was something wrong. I didn't think we were going to get out after the first day.
Oh, we had trouble even getting there with the truck.
Two windshields the first day.
Wow.
Kept breaking windshields.
She
I was
let
like,
off the throttle at the end of
yeah.
the track.
It would come back down. I think the
The
hood was coming back down and hitting the glass. After it'll
doesn't
raise
make
up and
sense.
then comes back down and hits it. Pow. It's got to be something. I don't know, but something hit it 2 days in a row, and it.
We the test day before the actual event.
Yeah,
we had a
did the
windshield
test day.
put in, and then the first day windshield broke.
Because we had a regular glass window.
Yeah,
and so
windshield in there.
Josh Gray was there from
Skyview
Race
Skyview.
Cars. And
Yeah.
he said, I got some Lexan at the shop, so he was about an hour the other way.
Yeah.
And so
Like an hour and a half. Yeah.
we drove to his shop. It's like 4 hours or something fitting and installing this Lexan front windshield. Then we drove back to the track
to get for our starting point
it was
because
about
we don't want to
6:30
be
or 7.
disqualified.
6:30 to 7. Then we had to drive to Topeka.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yep. I was trying to think of when I met you guys. It wasn't 14 because I don't even remember your vehicles really from 14. All I
Yeah.
remember was trying to keep this piece of junk in one piece
Right.
and remember very little aside from that. But
Yes.
we went
Might have been
in.
the next year or two, drag week.
Yeah, I think Keith and I rode with Gavin in his Orange Cougar in 15,
Yes.
where it was just more of a chill, just ride. And I think
Yes.
that's probably where we got hooked up with you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
Gavin was following us. He wasn't following us, but he was behind us for a long way. I was
time.
taking video of his car. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I think we were in the Colorado. We had built that, the red Colorado. And I think I was videoing out the passenger side and was sending him video. But
I got something for Rodney here.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You've talked, it's you drag a little.
Right.
And you drive a little.
Right.
David,
mhm.
is that your oil pan?
Oh my gosh.
This
Yes. And it was
That
cold.
was-
repair
yes.
side.
Oh my gosh. I was going everywhere
Great
trying to
band.
find tools and all kinds of stuff. I was
Great
like,
band,
what
Kansas.
is wrong with us? Why didn't we
So-
pack these things?
So I was
There's
doing
a-
some
Can't
maintenance.
remember everything.
I was doing some maintenance, changing the oil.
Yeah.
And I pulled the drain plug out, and there was something on the end of the drain plug, and it was stuck in the oil pan. I was like, "That's a bolt from somewhere." Like, and
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to know. We
Yeah.
can't.
We have to take it apart. Like
And
there's
so-
no choice.
Oil pan was pretty easy to get off, so I pulled the
Mhm.
oil pan off, and it was the pickup tube going into the oil pump on the LS motor
Yep.
that I'd probably over tightened it, I'm guessing, and pulled the threads. And so Jeff Lutz had a tap,
Tap. Mm-hmm.
and so borrowed that and got it fixed up.
Nice.
Oh, it
Man.
wasn't what I think even after we got that done, we went up there
Oh.
and I did a burnout and my shift cable, the cotter pin broke that was in it. So I had to hurry up because they
Oh,
were
no.
closing the lanes. So I had to hurry up and come back. And I said, the cotter pin's broke. Where's another one? And finally got it pulled around. And then they let me go back up there real quick. And then we actually got to make a pass. I was like, we're fixing to get disqualified or get a 20-second pass, you know. And I was
There are
like,
so many small things that you forget that you need, you know, and you just can't think of everything. And so we left out of the track and stopped right at the
O'Reilly's
AutoZone and
It was
got
an
a
O'Reilly's
package of cotter pins.
Yeah.
Man,
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that's hardcore.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We almost got kicked out of drag week. While I had the oil pan off, Mike Henson was in my Camaro taking people for rides up and down the back area.
You know, it's a big airport, so
Yes.
they have all that room.
And I heard,
you know, and
I think it was Freiberger. I think I heard him say, "Whoever's in that Camaro on the back truck, you better slow it down and quit." You know,
I think they gave him like 2 warnings, and we didn't hear it at first.
Well, I'm working.
we were
I heard
busy.
it, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And Mike comes back, drops somebody
So,
off, picks
pick
somebody
somebody
back
else
up.
up,
Man, you gotta feel how fast this thing is. And they come over and they're like, they're fixing to kick you guys out. And I was like, what?
Why?
And I was waving him down. I'm like,
stop. I said, go park it right now.
Oh, man.
He's like, oh man, I didn't know. I didn't hear him. I was like, of course you didn't. But it was like,
back then it was pretty fast car. It was running like 880s, 890s.
Sure.
You know, had a 4L80, just a
yeah,
stock, you know, basically stock.
it was a fun
600.
car. Definitely fun car.
Staying with this for a second, like
Mhm.
in 2014, I went to Tulsa to watch Gary. He was doing the Dragon Drive. Never been to one before. I drove to watch him, and I was watching everything. It's the year Jeff Lutz won, because I remember him jumping up and down in the 57.
Yeah,
and I'm a fan of drag racing, but that's just not my lane in drag racing. But but what I want to say is, like, I love it because I appreciate the stories that come from it. You guys tell such great stories about the adventure of the week and how things are going and how you're fighting these little things, or an armadillo will run out in front of you, or just whatever.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And
so, didn't you hit an armadillo too?
I hit a deer.
Oh,
actually, a deer hit me.
Oh.
Let me put that a different way. Yeah, the whole passenger bedside. It hit that.
Oh,
that was when we were in Colorado race week, and it hit the whole side of my bed, the bedside, and then my trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm so mad. Stupid deer, because it actually came in front of my headlights. So I was like, so I kind of
I
swerved
slowed
a
down
little.
and I was trying to tap my brakes I was in my Colorado.
Yeah, we had 2 vehicles again.
Anyways.
But yeah, it ended up I guess it didn't see my car, I guess, whenever it went out and then came back and hit all the way down the side. And I was like, really? That was bad.
Do you remember when Mike Crow got a deer with his white dart?
Yep, we passed him.
Yes.
Like,
that was on the way to Topeka, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes. Just nuked the front of his car, that car.
That was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really bad.
Yeah, I hit an armadillo, and I thought you did too, but it must have been somebody else, because somebody else hit an armadillo also.
There was a dead one that I hit. I didn't see it in time, and it was like I had to go over it, and it's like hitting everything underneath my truck. I was like, "Oh gosh, please tell me."
That might have been my armadillo.
That's funny.
So Tina, this is probably too much information, but I'm gonna tell it anyways because it's a good story. We left. Kendall, our youngest, was 3 months old, 4 months old. Tina was still breastfeeding.
Yeah, it was September.
So we were trying to plan, how we were gonna get breast milk, and Tina was pumping going down the road. A lot of people don't know that, but we were coming back from Topeka, and I had to put her in my car because it was so hot. And anyways, just so many crazy stories.
You got to do what you got to do to feed your baby,
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta survive.
How bad do you want it? That's what life is about, and drag racing too.
Wow.
Anyway.
Now, Gary, have you just done one drag and drive with your car, or have you done a couple more?
I've only took mine on one. Went with Keith in 2012 and 2013. We didn't make it past the first day with a hurt transmission, but and I took mine in 14. we went with Gavin in 15. Just been kind of scattered in and out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Since
man,
then.
what an iconic car is Keith. That blue,
Yeah.
baby
Yeah.
blue,
Oh yeah.
with the
Mhm.
tires
Yep.
on top. I remember seeing.
That was a lot of fun.
I remember
Mhm.
seeing that thing and just thinking, man, look at that. That is cool. You know. So, I don't know. Just so many different cars and seeing
Yeah.
them going down the road with
Yeah.
different
Yep.
styles, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It was
And
a weird blue color with 2
Mhm.
fuel jugs and 2 tires tied to the
Yeah.
luggage rack on the roof.
Roof.
Didn't they
Yeah.
have like a black hood or
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, the hood was black.
anyways.
The front grill and bumper, I got a picture right there.
Yeah.
The lower spoiler was off of an F-250, and the grill was black and all. Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's so
the
awesome.
front wheels were
Yeah.
black. Yeah, it had some black trim. It
Yeah.
looked cool.
Yeah.
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 And
Good time.
what about you guys? When did you start? And how many drag and drives have you done?
Well, 2014 was the first one, and I'm trying to remember. I don't
We've done every one since, except for
probably
every
2.
year.
I think 2 we missed. We've done some type of drag and drive event, race week. We've done several race weeks
Did
or
we go
Rocky
to-
Mountain race weeks.
When
and-
Midwest drag racing, Midwest, what's the name of Midwest Street? The drag and drive event. Midwest Drags.
Midwest Drags, I think.
When
is
they
what
were
it's
giving away
called.
the Nova.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Midwest Drags? I
Summit
think that's what
Midwest
it's called.
Drag or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We went to win the Nova. Like,
That was our goal.
you had to run faster than 1050 every
Uh-huh.
day, and you had to finish the week. So we
Mhm.
took 2. We took both trucks, and we just made sure we didn't try to run super fast. We were just like, we're just going to be in it, to have our name in the hat. We'll
Yeah.
have 2 entries. I was doing the calculation in my head, 6 months prior. I was thinking, okay, if there's 300 cars, only maybe 200 to run faster than 1050.
Yeah.
How many of those can finish?
Yeah.
And it turned out there was only like 68
60
in the drawing.
Yeah, 61 or 68 or
wow.
something like
And
that.
we had
There was,
2
and we
entries.
had 2 entries. I was like, sweet, we've got a good chance here.
Good
Yeah.
thinking.
I just knew they were going to draw.
We
some
didn't
in,
win
but
it.
It's probably a good thing. We were
Yeah.
standing back there, and Garrett Cletus was
Yeah.
standing back there and looked at Tina and said, if they would have pulled your name out of this hat, some people would have called some BS.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And you're like, yeah, you're
okay.
probably right. But I'm glad the guy that won it. It was good for him. It was a pretty neat deal to see him win that. He was
Yeah.
pretty excited.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm gonna throw this up real quick. Eric White. No, that's the wrong one. Where'd it go? I lost
Hi.
track here. I man,
Come on,
here
Gary.
it is. It is Eric. He said Tina is in the Drag and Drive 200-mile-an-hour club.
Oh,
Yes.
That's pretty
Yes,
awesome.
I
That is
am.
awesome.
Yes.
What
Finally.
event was that through? Was that through?
It was King of the Open Road. It's
Okay.
a little event that they have down here. It's like a weekend event. It's not like a full week long deal. And he's been having them. I think he had one in New Mexico and Texas, and here at Noble also. But he takes you down like a historical route somewhere, and he
That's
tells
pretty
the
neat deal.
story about what all you're driving through. And then at the place where we're meeting to get a chip, saying that you made it there.
It's like a coin.
It's a coin. Well, it's a coin. Yeah. They tell the history about what small town that is, and then they have you sit and eat and visit with everybody, and then head back to the track, and then you do like a test and tune for a little bit, and then they start racing in each
So,
class.
I think King of the Open Road, the one that she did the 200-mile-an-hour pass, was one of the first ones, and
Yeah,
it was 3,000 to win Outlaw. It was $500 for the fastest mile an hour and $500 for the fastest CT.
ET.
I told Tina, I was like, we're gonna get all those.
Cash it in. Go
And
get
so
it.
we had,
Yeah.
it was like 48 degrees outside,
It was cold.
and I was like, man, we're on small tires, it was like, I don't know, and we went like 197,
The
and
round before.
and she'd already had the event tied up, but I said, let's go out there and try to get a 200-mile-an-hour pass, and it went 200.45 or something.
Yeah.
But I had that. It was only like a 125 60 foot because I
Yeah.
had to make sure it.
It went
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got on the scramble.
And I hit the scramble button. I was like, okay, come on, shift so I can hit this button. I shifted and I was like holding it really tight. And then the floor, I was like, oh, please.
I just hold my breath.
I just knew I didn't get it. Yeah. I feel bad for the guy at the ET check because I had no idea what the time was. I didn't know anything about it. I put my parachutes up and I was like, well, shoot, that didn't feel any faster than the last pass. So I got down there and I got my time slip. I was like, oh my gosh. I said I went 200 miles an hour. He's like, okay, yeah, good job.
Yeah. We got a
drove back.
we got a picture of that we'll get to here.
It was pretty crazy. I felt bad for him.
Was that the red truck? What was that in?
No, that was the 66 Nova that we got, that we just built last year? Was the
2
first
years ago.
2 years, I guess. Yeah. We had it out all last year.
Very cool.
That's right. Yeah. So we've year and a half.
We've
2015.
that's drag week.
Mhm.
2015, second Pro Street
Nice.
Power Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Pro
Yeah,
Street
Pro
class.
Street. That's a tough class too. I can't seem to beat Glenn.
Glenn Hunter.
Glenn Hunter.
Yep.
has
So
had
fast.
Them New York guys are so cool.
Yes, I know.
They're
I know.
great-
They
great
are.
guys.
Yes,
Love
love
those
those guys.
guys.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
hilarious.
there's the old hay hauler.
Yeah, had different
Nice.
colored doors.
Great picture.
Man, that thing.
I don't know why it decided to do a wheelie, but it did.
It's good for pictures.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
I love those. I might have something to say about that.
Mhm.
It was Rocky Mountain Race Week.
Yeah.
Overall winner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
2018, 19, 18.
18, I think. Because 19.
Tina won the fastest there, and had a good payday. It was 15,000 to win, and then 1,000
Win the class.
for win the class. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Always nice to get some hardware.
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah, it was fun.
Matt runs a great program
Yes.
out there too.
I
Yeah.
like his events. Mm-hmm.
I think I signed up for that 2 years in a row, and
Uh-huh.
I just stopped signing up.
Didn't go.
I signed up with a car that didn't run, so that was a mistake.
Oh.
So
Well, at
don't
least
do
you
that
were
anymore.
hoping for it
We've
to
done
be
the same
winning,
thing. We've
going.
paid a couple entries that didn't
Yep.
show up. I
I
hate
don't
it, but
I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
I just look at it as sponsor. Hey, we sponsored the event. We gave them
There
a
you
check.
go.
Given the sponsorship. Yeah.
Rodney, would you do something like that for a week?
I think I'm sitting here taking it in, and I that's why you just asked that, because I think I would do it, and just to check it out. I've heard you have to work. I heard it ain't a vacation.
It's a lot of work.
Be careful.
Yeah.
You get hooked.
And
Yeah.
I think I would have just as much fun riding along and being pit crew and making sure, and
Yeah. Yep.
maybe a little less stress, that way instead
Yeah.
of
Yes.
taking
It
Yeah.
seems
car.
everybody makes it look so
Mhm.
easy, but
Yeah.
at the end of the week, you're like,
You're so tired.
Yeah.
You haven't eaten
Yep.
every
I'm not doing this
meal.
again.
You're just
Yeah.
dirty. Like you take a bath and you still got grease in your hands and your fingernails, and
Right.
it's just grease everywhere. And you're like, why
Oh,
are we
man.
doing this again? And then we're like, as soon as it's over with, okay, which one are we going to next year?
Oh man.
It's just like,
When Keith and I took the wagon in 12, we
Mhm.
got home. It was late Saturday night. It's not a long drive; it's a short drive to get here. We got home late Saturday night after the awards and all that. You're just Sunday is just a blur. Back
Yeah.
to work on Monday, and it's like I
Uh-huh.
don't ever want to do anything like that again. About Thursday, you're ready
Yeah.
to pack your
You
shit and
start
go
thinking,
again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's
You would
the,
enjoy it. Totally.
How's the camaraderie in the pits? Is everybody kind of helping each other and trying to,
Yeah, for
if
the
you
most part,
are-
it's really good. Yeah, if you need something and if somebody's got
I'm
it,
not supposed to be
most
helping.
most of the time people will loan you stuff if you
Yeah.
don't have it. Most of the time people are really good about that.
Yeah.
So and everybody, and when you're broke down on the side of the road, people will stop. People you've never even seen before will stop and say, hey man, do you need anything? Are you good? We give a thumbs up. are we good? Are we not good? You know, let us know. You know, if you get thumbs up, we're going to keep driving. If not, then we'll stop and see what you may need, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really good.
We had
People are really good.
had to quit stopping as much going to Topeka in 2014 because we pulled over like 100 times because they were dropping like flies.
Yeah. Trying to help because we want everybody to make it too, you know?
Sure.
And if we have something that they need, you know, it's what you're supposed to do. It's what
you bet. No, that's
all
great.
the racing communities. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing about that event where you're pulling people from all over the country, you know, at whatever time of the year it could be, if you need something and you're somewhere, you reach out and somebody will help you.
Yes.
Somebody from that community. If you need help somewhere, somebody from that community will help you out.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, if you need anything, all you have to do is post it up. Say, anybody know anybody that can help me with this? You know, can I, after the event, you know, is closed, then you can go to somebody's shop and, you know, get something welded or worked on or whatever it is you need to get done. You know, use somebody's lift.
Well, it depends on the event. I think some events you can't do that. Only the passenger and driver.
I mean, after the lanes are closed.
I think even, I don't know, depends on the event.
Yeah. Well.
Do you guys plan on doing any this year in 2024?
We haven't really talked about it because our main goal this year is to run every race of the Midwest Drag Racing Series.
Okay.
So we're trying to run that this year. So whatever else we do has to go around that. And so trying to get everybody's schedule, all the track schedules. We just got a couple in this week. So we'll probably look at that here in the next week or two and see what we're going to do. And
I know our daughter's probably chomping at the bits to do Rocky Mountain or you know, race week.
She does a lot of sports, so trying to work that in a week-long trip with her racing along with her other activities is tough. So
family first.
Yeah.
That's a good transition. So let's talk about the that Midwest series a little bit. What's that about? So you race Top Sportsman?
I raced Top Sportsman in it, and this past year we did a lot of struggling a little bit, but that series is kind of like the fast guys in my class are running 380s. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm fixing to have a good view of him passing me because I was running like 5.0s.
It's bracket racing style.
So, you know, I take off way ahead of them and here they come whoosh, flying past me. But it's actually, a lot of the cars are around 4.0s to 4.30s. That's the majority of them. There's some that run 4.60s, 4.70s, but it's just a fast bracket race is what it is. And it's pretty neat. It's very competitive, a lot of good racers. We're hoping to get some more racers in those classes this year. I think they're working on doing some other things to get more people to come. But
Keith Haney is the owner of the event, and
he has Tulsa. Him and Todd have Tulsa Raceway Park.
But their program is very well organized. They stick to the schedule. They're on top of it. They got Ellen doing all the social media and a lot of the.
She takes care of a lot of the
other things that go on,
marketing stuff.
But we ran with them the year before last, about halfway through the season with Tina's truck and a little bit with the Nova, and then we switched over to last winter. We switched over to compressed air supercharging in the truck. And basically what that is we took the turbos off and we've got 3 bottles in the truck. And I think Gary might have a picture.
It's at the bottom here. Let me do this.
He went out of order.
And this.
I did go out of order.
Yes.
So basically what we have is compressed air stored in those bottles. It's about 3,300 PSI. And It's instant boost. It's boost in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's
Super cold air.
so what happens? We go up to the lanes with those bottles full. Tina will do her burnout, naturally aspirated,
Yeah.
and she backs up and she arms the system and she'll stage. I've got the MS3 Pro controlling, most everything to do with the system. It's on timers, and she sets a trans brake, just rolls in just like it would be nitrous or like any kind of supercharger or naturally aspirated deal. She'll just roll in, stage, mat the throttle, goes on the 2-step, makes instant boost, whatever you tell it to make. And she makes her pass. She lets out of the throttle at the end of the track. System shuts off. She drives back, and then we go to charging the bottles back up. So the main thing with this system is it's there's the regulator at the bottom of the picture there, and then the 2 air valves that turn on and off. But the air is so cold coming in. It's at Tulsa. Normally we would see about 30 or 40 degrees at the end of a pass. Now, remember that this is in the back of the truck, and so the front is where the air is measured. Now I'm going to be doing some different measurements with the new setup in the truck, but we're seeing about 30 to 40 degree air inlet temps at the end of the run, and it's still diving. So we know that the coolant, the air temperature sensor is not reading as fast as what is happening, but we were running in about 50 degree air, and we were seeing like 9 degree air inlet temps.
Wow.
So you don't have to have, there's no type of intercooler that you would need. There's no reason to run methanol.
Yeah.
You give it full timing. You don't do any timing retards at all. So the engine's getting full timing, just like a naturally aspirated. We're not taking away any power from the engine to either spool the turbos or run a supercharger belt or any of those items. So it's making even more power. And I had trouble last year about the first 3 or 4 months. We were smoking the tires. And finally I had to get it in my head after about 15 years of turbos that, I had to retrain everything is cut in half. Like we would only have to run half as much boost to make the same power. And there ain't no leaving on 10 or 12 pounds of boost. You're leaving on about 6.
Yep.
And
Wow.
so with turbos, you're doubling base horsepower roughly, just talking general, at about 15 pounds of boost. So if your engine's making 500, you're making 1,000. With this system, you're cutting that in half. So about 7.5 pounds of boost, it's going to double base horsepower. So you can do the math at that point.
Wow.
There's no detonation. There probably could be detonation, but really there's virtually no chance of detonation because of the cold air coming in.
Yep.
It's awesome. No, the transmission, you're not going on the 2-step and then bumping
in. Yeah.
So
it's
you don't
easy
have
on everything. It's easy on everything.
We stopped really kind of looking at transmission temperature because it never was an issue.
It hadn't been an issue since we've been on it.
And it is instant. We made by accident because I'm doing different things.
Learning.
It made like 40 pounds of boost in about 0.28 seconds.
Holy cow.
Luckily I have safeties set up in the computer and it shut the engine off, but we went back and looked, it was like, holy cow. But blew the boost tube off, and there's no doubt it's a superior system to anything out there. And this year, they have a test car that they've been, messing with for 15 years or so, and it's like a 800 or 900 horsepower Camaro. Mark Griffin has a 68 Camaro that he's been running. He runs like 430s, 440s.
Run for 3 years, I think.
Is that the car we saw at PRI?
Yes.
Out in the showcase deal? Okay.
Yes. It has a flag on it.
We ended up having to race him in Tulsa. First or second round, I don't remember. Tina Red led.
First round.
So he came over and talked to us a little bit, and I went over there. I was interested, and then it just got in my head and wouldn't go out. And I was like, I have to have this. you know. But we kind of left we left the LS in there that we've had in the truck. It's a stock block, stock crankshaft deal, stock cylinder head.
Yeah.
And we just beat on that motor. And Carter's our engine builder, Bert Carter and his crew, they put the engine together and they do all of our stuff, but all of our machine shop stuff. And man, it's just, he's surprised on how well this thing has lived. And I call it the mule motor. And we pulled it out and we're putting a big block in it for this coming year.
Yes.
And so
Big block.
Yeah.
So that's the one out of the, actually we're building a new one, but we're freshening up the one out of the Nova, and we went to an LS in that.
Yeah, we've changed up all of our combinations.
Yeah, just changed up everything.
Everything's all different.
And Mike at HMJ Chassis and Fab, he's the one that built the Nova. He did all the plumbing and all the stuff on the Nova and redid the headers, and we appreciate him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. We got the Nova back running with the LS in there. We went like not real fast, went like 490 the first weekend out, and proud of that. It's pretty reasonably fast, but we're just going to run the Nova as it is with a pair of precision turbos on it, and that'll be our drag and drive car. And going to try to go some 460s, 470s with that car. Should be able to. It's got
it better.
I might get fired.
That's the order. She's ordering you.
Rip up the
That's
contract.
right.
Yes. Did you read the fine print?
Yes, he needs to. With his glasses, get him on. Read it.
So anyways, that's what we're gonna do. That's our plans. So
Blaine has a
if anybody's
question here on
if
the.
anybody's
Go
Blaine's got a question here. How does it respond with pedaling? It turns off really quick and there's no lag and boost.
Like a switch, huh?
Instant boost. Yes, it'd be just like naturally aspirated or nitrous or supercharged, any of those. However, it comes back instant, so you kind of got to be careful.
Yeah, you'll have it all.
Pedaling it.
Yeah, if you pedal it, it has it all.
I'm not sure if he's talking about pedaling like down track, if you're wanting the throttle on somebody, or like if you already smoked the tires and you have to pedal it. It's probably going to smoke them again.
It probably will, because all that boost is coming in.
Same result.
So we've got
yeah.
So the guys at MS3 Pro, they're working on some stuff, and they're going to put some tables in for putting the power back in, where you can manage that. So that's going to help us with that. But yeah, it works great. Compressed air supercharging. There is no better. I'm telling you, it's not cheap, but there is no better system out there. And you guys are all, you heard it here first, are going to see that this year. There's going to be some people running it that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
That's going to set some records.
What fuel do you use or can you use with that?
We've been running E85 in the truck, and I'm going to go back to C16 just because the amount of fuel that you have to carry, and then the maintenance with methanol and E. If it sets, you got to be concerned with that, and the amount of fuel you have to carry.
They say we can run it on regular pump gas. We are a little scared of that.
I'm not ready to do that yet.
But we're not. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could try it, but I don't really want to, just in case.
The engineer Carl, that's the engineer of the system, the guy who's kind of developed it, him and Dale, and he's told me he could.
Oh, there we go.
You blinked out.
Yeah.
They said that we could probably run pump gas, but like I said, I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the timing a second ago, how you didn't have to pull timing out, but what about on the fuel side? Are you enhancing the fuel, the injector duty cycle, or anything when you're plowing the air?
You would just tune it just like normal, just see what it wants, and give it the air fuel ratio. I've seen and I've heard stories of them having an engine on the dyno of stuff going to like 14, 15 to 1 air fuel ratio, and engine builder freaking out. Oh, we gotta, it burnt the plugs up, and they're like, it's okay. And he's freaking out. Stop. And Carl's like, it's okay. Dave and him. And So they pull the plugs and everything's fine.
Mhm.
The air is so cold that
Yeah.
it's not an issue. And I wouldn't tell anybody to go out and, hey, target 15.0 on
Sure.
30 pounds of
Right.
boots. You know?
Yeah.
Disclaimer here.
But it's
Right.
a lot
Yeah.
easier on the motor.
Mhm.
How much weight did that put on the truck, with all the system?
Good question.
So each bottle is about 28 pounds empty and with no valve. Then you add the valve, and believe it or not, air pressure of that amount
Mhm.
weighs a couple of pounds. And so about 31 pounds with the bottle and full and the valve. And then the regulator, I'm guessing that regulator is about 20 pounds, 18
Yeah.
pounds.
We're on there.
And then there's a couple air valves. Then you got your Dash 20 hoses, and then you got
Yeah.
your Dash 12 aircraft hoses that are like 15,000 pound burst, where they're really, safe hoses.
Yeah.
We get them from an aircraft place in California. So
So what was the difference between
I think
turbos and
I
the
think
bottles?
with Tina's truck with the intercooler, it was pretty much a wash with the intercooler.
About
The
the same.
water,
Two
no turbos.
turbos.
I don't know about if you didn't have an intercooler, if there might be a little more weight because you put 3 bottles in. Now I think we could run on 2. We're going to try to run on 2 bottles, I think, because we're just running 1/8 mile.
Yeah.
So 3 bottles for quarter mile supports on our system about 2,400 horsepower.
Okay.
Takes about 8 minutes to 10 minutes to fill the bottles.
Yeah,
That's
Blaine
to
is,
fill from the.
yep.
Yep,
Blaine
that's
has a
Blaine.
question about how long it takes
That's to fill the
refill.
bottles from the trailer to the truck.
Yeah.
And then-
After a pass, it usually takes about roughly that. You can go either faster or slower, but the faster you fill the bottles, the hotter it will be. So you want to
hotter the
cool
air
it,
is.
the hotter the air will be. So you want to cool it, or you want to fill it as slow as you can.
Now
Okay.
we have a dive compressor that we carry, and we'll put it out next to the motorhome. And as soon as we start filling from the bottles in the trailer, we got big bottles in the trailer, 3 of them. We'll fire the compressor up, and it takes about 30 minutes to fill. So by the time you're done filling, and they call you up for the next class, you're going to get 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And then you push up, or drive it up to the lanes. Then you got the time that you're in the lanes, drawing cards, and then make your pass and come back. So the compressor,
We run it the whole time.
it'll be running, and then when it sees the 4,000 pounds in the trailer, it shuts off automatically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 30 to 40 minutes.
Wow.
And that's quite the system. That's so great about drag racing and hot rodding. You just never know what the next thing is going to be, the next craze.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah.
just incredible.
One thing that I will say about the system, those guys have been working on this for a long time, more than 15 years. And that came up with it. They used to have NOS systems,
Yeah.
and they sold that to Holly,
Mhm.
and then they started working on this. But it's
Yeah.
not an easy. People say, "Oh, they had that back in the '60s." Well,
It's different.
they kind of did, but not like
Yeah.
it is today. We're
Yeah.
making it work. I say we. They have made it where we can make it work,
Right.
and it works great.
Yeah.
It works great.
Hopefully we'll do some good with it this year, and we kind of know what we're doing now a little bit. Me as a
Sure.
driver also, and him getting his tuning skills narrowed down.
Is there many racers in, like, I say we're regionally localish area with all of each other here? Is there very many around here that use something like that?
No, there's
There's
only
2.
2,
Us and Mark.
but
it.
there are a couple more people that are in the works. There's actually, I think, 2 other people down in Texas somewhere that have got it, but I don't really think they've done much with it yet.
Wow.
So Mark Griffin and Tina are the only 2
That have it.
currently running the system. So
Huh.
And you think it's a whole big mess, like whenever you have to fill and everything, it's really not that bad, because once you get a routine on what you got to do, it takes no time at all, and you can just do it just like you would anything else.
Right.
And it's not it's not a pain or anything like that. It's just part of your routine that you have to get started on.
Another thing
That's good.
with when that compressor is running, like I said, it's a dive compressor, so there's filters and water separators, so there's no
Belts.
moisture,
Yeah.
in that air. So the air can be, 4,500 foot at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at 105 degrees at y'all's track, and then at night it's 75 degrees, and now it's 2,800 foot air. Well, this doesn't make a difference. It's the air coming out of the bottles is the same. So the truck should run the same every pass. Now track conditions are going to come into play at some point, but really we should know, like when we show up to any track, we know that it's going to go X time, whatever
it is,
within 1 or 2 numbers of that every pass.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little concept. I just like to say, hopefully we can really show what it's going to do this year.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I'm excited for it.
Glenn Hunter.
Glenn, he says he's never seen anything like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. If you see it, you will love it.
We did a video on Tina's racing page. If you just kind of search her page and go to the videos, we were at Ardmore at the bracket finals, and we did a short video on how to fill.
Yeah.
And like I said, we did a little video on it and showed what all is involved. But it shuts off the outside air and only runs on the bottles going down the track.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure everybody understood that.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
System. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
There, Glenn says hi. Everybody loves Glenn.
Yes.
Great guy.
I'm gonna catch some of these.
Shout out to John Gentry, Baron Racing. Call him for your parts need.
He has everything.
He does.
And
Tires.
He has everything in his shed.
Oh man, pulling the heads
Oh
off.
my gosh. That was when we first got there. We teched in and then took it apart.
We had a tulip valve.
We were testing the day before. Was it the day before?
The weekend before.
Weekend before.
Ooh.
Oh no, it was.
No, it was the day
Friday
before.
Night.
It was the day before.
We had to drive to Brodix on the way to
Yes. Luckily,
Indiana or wherever we were.
somebody met us over there so we could get some parts. Luckily, they had them. I was like, oh my gosh. If they don't have them, we're going to be in trouble.
We get into.
I know.
2016.
Good times.
2016.
Yeah.
It's getting to be a long time ago, all that stuff.
I know. I can't
Do you know where
believe
this
we've been doing it for this one.
What's that?
You know where this
That
picture
was-
was taken? Is that at Noble or?
No, that was up in Ohio.
That one was
Somewhere. Up there.
Yeah.
It was the first day. It was
Tech In Day.
it was Tech In Day. We had to drive through Tech with a misfire and go back to the pit and tore it apart.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
I'm trying to remember. Was that St. Louis? Did it start and finish in St. Louis that year?
16.
I can't
don't remember either.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was a bit. I was like, oh my gosh, is this how we're gonna start this week?
Yeah.
But
Supposed to
sometimes it happens like that.
Supposed to drag, drive, repair. This started out as
Yeah,
repair,
Yeah.
didn't it?
repair first. Yeah, yeah. That Noble, I think.
Noble.
Yep.
Mhm.
Smoking them tires.
Yeah,
Yep. That
that's
was
Noble. Yep.
Rocky
That
Mountain
was a
Race
win.
Week. Banner.
I think that was probably a 5.0 index win.
Yeah. That has a number 3 over there. That was 18. This is Rocky Mountain Race Week 18. I think it's what it said.
Great picture.
Yeah. Good times.
Another
Oh my
motorcycle.
gosh. Yeah. That was in Tulsa.
I don't remember what was that.
My gosh.
I don't remember what.
Everything's a blur.
Man.
I'm trying to remember which
More
one.
doors on there.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's been too long ago.
That guy second from the left in the black shirt, he's Henrik. He's from
Denmark.
He comes over and hangs out with us. We met him on Drag Week.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We met
Become
him.
good friends with him.
Yeah, we ended up. That's been a while. We've been friends with him for a long time. Him and his family.
He comes over and stays at our house.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good time.
And JB, the guy on the left, we used to do a lot of street racing back in the day.
Yeah.
My buddy JB.
From
And
Colorado.
Bart in there next to Tina. Helped us quite a bit last couple of years.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that plaque says 2019 Rocky Mountain Race Week Pro Street first place.
Yes, that's the year old Royce edged me out barely for the overall.
That was
I was like, dang.
you can see in the picture there the bedside dented up from that deer.
Yeah.
Was it that
Okay.
side or
Yeah, it was this side. We had just pulled it out, so it's all wonky. That's whenever a deer hit me.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't think because we were coming from that little airport, Julesburg, and oh my gosh, we had to pull the heads off
Ooh.
again. Yeah, and they let us do it in their hangar that they have over there, and we were there for what, 6 hours?
Tina had
It was crazy.
deployed the parachute and the two-step.
Had no idea.
Drug the parachute all the way down the track, and that's what I'm going to blame it on, anyways. Tina was in that weird area.
Well, I felt something. I was like, something's weird. What is happening? I look back in my rear view mirror, and my parachute's over there just floating away, and I'm like,
Oh no.
okay, that was dumb.
That was a pretty
Like-
strange track anyway.
Yeah, it was. It was really good people there, though. They helped us. They helped us out, and a tornado was coming through too.
Oh, man.
We saw a big wall cloud and everything, and I was like,
where's this tornado shelter at? It's that bathroom over there.
You go
I was like, yeah, exactly. It's all tucked.
Still got a helmet.
That's it. Put your helmet on. But yeah.
You answered this. Blaine asked, "What was your first hot rod drag week?" And that was
2014. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kennedy's at work, but she says, "Hi, guys."
Hi. I cannot believe how old she is. That is not
Yep.
fair.
I asked her the other day if she's got to work tonight, and she said
Yeah.
she does. So
Oh.
So
Well, I would have liked to have seen her.
she probably shouldn't be sneaking this in here.
We
But
won't
she
tell
did.
anybody.
I'm not gonna tell you where she was probably at when she did that.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun times for sure. Very busy.
Shelly
Always
and
busy
Kurt.
with them.
Shelly and Kurt asked, "Why don't you run the air system on the Drag and Drive and the Twins in Midwest Drag Racing Series?"
Good question. So I think we could, and we will.
We've talked about it
We
already.
just haven't got there yet. They're making some new bottles, and they're bigger, more volume. And with the way that we built the Nova, we want to do it with the Nova.
Yeah.
Space is an issue in there.
Yeah.
Trying to get them fitted in the back. The trunk's not very long.
Mhm.
And then we got to carry the compressor. We got to have bottles in
Yeah.
the trailer to
Yeah.
charge the car.
There's a lot of other things that we
There's-
need that we've got to figure out logistics for, you
Yeah.
know, on the trailer so we can
Our plan is
replenish.
to do that. We just haven't done it yet.
We've
Good.
talked about it. We've been doing a lot of
Be
brainstorming,
patient.
trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Your
We're going to get there one of
mother,
these days.
your mother bottles in the trailer. Where do you get those filled and how?
We found what that
That
compressor that we
compressor.
carry. It's a
That
dive
scuba?
compressor.
Yeah.
So you don't got to go to like a welding shop or someplace and get
No,
No, all
No.
it is
it's just
is-
air.
It's just air.
just
though.
air.
Just
It's
the
not oxygen.
atmosphere.
There's oxygen in the air, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's just compressing what's.
What's already there.
That's
The
wild.
free air that we're breathing. Yep.
Okay. And then you're taking that and putting it in a littler bottle, and that's compressing it.
That's
Yes, it's separating out the water and the air.
Okay.
And then the air goes in the bottles, and then we have to get rid of the water from the compressor.
So there's, we've talked about it. I think it can be done. Basically, I'm probably going to build a new trailer and have the floor of the trailer bottles, like subfloor with bottles in there. And
we're just still trying to figure out how we can get it all in there. And
there's a lot of weight there too.
There's a lot of weight because we already have a lot of weight already with all the tools and supplies that we need. You know how it is. And
thinking 8,500 pound axle on the trailer. Trailer.
Yeah, a little race car trailer. Have a better suspension than anything else.
But the problem would be like if we had to abort a run, and then we had to come back, we'd have to fire the compressor up and wait, 30, 45 minutes.
If the mother bottle, because the mother bottles have to be filled.
Right.
We make sure before we leave to go to any race that everything is full. The trailer, the truck, all those bottles are full. So when we get to the track, we'll be ready to make a pass. As soon as she makes a pass, comes back, we start filling, fire that compressor up, and go on with the. We made. We went testing. It was a Friday night at Noble. We made about 6 or 7 passes. I don't remember which. Minimum of 6 from 7 till about 11:30 at night. So if that kind of gives you any idea.
By the end of the night, though, it was hard to fill the mother bottles.
We were hot lapping.
Depleting.
We were doing some testing and. It's all new. This is all new stuff. So there's not a lot of
information.
Can't go ask anybody. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
It's like we have to do it to see what's going on with it. So
and then Mark's car. Mark has a big block.
Yes.
And he's doing things differently. He's got that Chinese computer. I forgot how you. Don't you guys have one of those?
I can make you disappear.
What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
It's a girl's name, isn't it? Holly.
But he runs that computer, so we're doing things differently than what he's doing. Plus, he's got a big block on a big tire. We have a small block on a small tire.
Yeah, we're doing everything opposite of him.
I've had to just kind of learn things. And Dave is the application engineer. He's from Texas, and so he's been to a couple races with us. He's an ex-IndyCar guy for years at TRD, so he knows airflow numbers. I mean, he's super smart with that stuff, and so it's funny. He don't care nothing about pounds of boost. Like, how much horsepower do you want to make?
Yeah,
well, I need to make 5 more pounds of boost.
Yeah.
So how much horsepower do you want to make?
Yeah.
All of it.
200.
Yeah.
No, you don't want all of it, I assure you.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want all of it.
I'll never leave the starting line.
There ain't no such thing as we're out of turbo. That don't happen anymore.
Yeah.
With this system.
Wow.
Yep.
It will blow your motor up.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are on the leading edge here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Mark was the first to go fast.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that definition is anymore of going fast because so many people, you know, but I'm happy with what we've seen out of our little small block all last year and looking forward to the big block power, and I know she is too.
Yeah.
So
with that, here's a good question with all this. This person says, what system do you prefer as a driver, Tina? The turbos or the compressed air?
That's kind of a hard question because I love the way turbos feel, and I'm so used to turbos. Like, that's what I know. Like, whenever I first got in there with the compressed air, everything was like naturally aspirated, and I like lost my mind. I couldn't figure out what I'm supposed to. I'm like, which button am I supposed to hit? Like, I was making it way more complicated than what it was. But like I love the way a turbo feels, if that makes any sense. And then but this compressed air, it doesn't have that kind of pullback on you, but it still goes fast. So it's like a.
I think it's all in her head because the 60 foots are comparable and.
It feels different. It does feel different.
Here's
but
the problem is she's
I'm so turbo minded.
Well,
because that has been my thing for so many years.
the Nova is just really smooth. That's the bottom line.
It is.
Mike, the way we built that car, I say he did it with me asking him to put things in long travel front suspension with radial rear suspension. What? Some people like really question me. I'm like, just do
it. Yeah.
We can't add travel, but we can take travel away.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I need that travel, I want to have it there. And so, but the Nova is just really smooth. I think that's probably more of what she prefers to drive, the Nova over the truck.
We'll see
For now.
after this year.
There you go.
I'm supposed to be going really fast in my truck, so we'll see.
I mean, what is y'all's definition of fast? I mean, seriously, sevens is not fast anymore? Like, what kind of world are we living in?
That's a good point.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Fast is
I still have
irrelevant.
to tell her, I'm like, 5.0s is still sevens in the quarter mile. That's fast.
It's a fast
I don't
car.
care who you are, that's fast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let Kinsey jump into a
No.
7-second car.
No.
Why not? It's not fast, right? It is fast.
Yeah.
Because she's not used to that either, so
Sure.
it'd be a lot harder for her to see, I feel like.
Yeah. Anyway.
So transition into that, do you have one of your Kennedy or one of your
Kinsey
daughters driving?
Kinsey, yeah. She is actually driving her S10 right now, but she'll probably drive she'll probably drive David's truck first. I offered her my truck before we did any work to it. I was like, you can have my truck if you want. And she was like, no, I like Daddy's truck. So I'm like, okay. So he lost his ride. I still have both mine. But so she'll probably be driving that. And then she'll get to go faster.
She's
in that
S10,
eventually.
She's been running Junior Street, and she's the track champ out here.
Nice.
Junior Street. It's a 97 S10. It's just got a stock 5.3 and 4L60. Thing gets like high 20s for miles per gallon, like almost 30 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
And runs like 9.0s. I've got it turned down, and it's got all QA1 suspension on it, control arms, all their race stuff, and really nice stuff, and works really well. Works really well. So
she doesn't. We don't drive together. Oh, that was when they were little.
Was this the beginning of you ruining her financial future?
Yes. That was it. We still have that dragster.
It's hanging on the wall.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've had a bunch of people try to buy it from me. They'll come over. Let me buy that. I'm like, man, they will crucify me if I sold that car.
Tina, that's your mini-me.
I know. I'm telling you.
I really need to have them go get the race suits on and do an updated picture. How old was she there?
She was
7?
No, she was probably 10.
No.
Yeah, she's probably 10.
8.
10, 9 or 10, I bet. She was little.
It looks like here her nose is above yours, her eyes are above yours.
She's taller. She's
even
way
down
taller
a little
than
bit.
me. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
She's outgrown me already. My
She gonna be tall like
9-year-old is too. Yes. She may not be that tall. My little one, probably. She's already way taller than Kinsey was at her age. So.
Yeah.
I'll put her in. Yeah. She had a bunch of round wins at Noble.
Yeah.
And
she did really good.
All the other girls and the boys there, the drivers, they're really tough.
They are very tough. You would be super surprised to see the lights on these Junior Street kids. They are amazing. It's tough to beat these kids.
She had her first perfect reaction time the last race.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last race out. Yep.
She's had a bunch of double O's.
Looks like she's having a great time.
Yeah, she does. She enjoys it.
Like I said, she won the track championship out there. Won a Wally this year at Ardmore.
Yeah.
That's her little S10 truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did really well this year.
She should have won that race right there where we're holding that up. It was the truck it burned a spark plug wire, and I didn't catch it, and it fell off like a 10th. And she had the tree, and it was the final round, and Dadgummit, that was for a
Yeah.
Wally too, and we just missed it. But
Dang it.
Yeah.
You sent me these pictures, and when I was putting these together, this one here I thought was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, it's an
Yeah.
Ardmore.
That is
Yeah,
They have
great.
a really neat Junior Street
Yeah.
program. They have to hot lap. There's no
downtime.
you win, you go right back up there.
Right
no
back.
draw again.
Right back. Oh my gosh. It was the best because we didn't have to worry about her for the rest of the day. We could worry about our racing. And hers was over with, but she just won right after another. Just won, came back and won a Wally. They didn't even know that she was winning a Wally till I came back. I said, "You won a Wally." She
Got a
was
trophy
like,
in each hand.
yeah, I know. It's so awesome. They did really good that day.
Yeah, I like that
She
format where
was
they
on
just
it.
burn through and get them done.
Yes, I do like that.
She's
yeah.
she's learned how to weld. Her and I built that truck together. We like I said, put it together, and she did all the welding on that too. A bunch of MIG welding back then, and
Yeah.
that's she's learned how to TIG weld, and
That's what she's
become
doing
a very
right
good
there.
welder. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She's got a nice Lincoln welder there, and got her own welder and all of her own equipment. She can go out there anytime she wants and welds, and
She's got a good support
yes,
from all of her people that help us. They all enjoy seeing young kids get out there and do it.
I would encourage a lot more parents.
Mhm.
These kids can do a lot more than what you think. They play these video games, and they got hand-eye coordination, and you teach them what to do on the welding.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
They
you'd be
can do that
surprised what
too.
they can do. She is a very good TIG welder.
Yep.
That's good.
great.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
And plus, you got to get them involved with something, and
Yep.
we need to grow this sport instead of people falling off left and right. And
Yeah.
the only way to do that is get the younger people,
Involved.
involved and get them hooked on it. Where
Mhm.
and I've tried to talk to a lot of the companies out there. I'm like, you guys, it'd be good to concentrate on the younger generation, because you run out of people to sell products to. It's not
Yeah.
going to be good for you guys either. You're going to have to keep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting these people hooked. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, when you go and watch junior dragster racing, there's a ton of kids out there. So I just hope they stay with it,
Yeah.
and continue on. And then maybe when they have kids, get their kids involved. But it's,
I will say this too, Junior Street, for all that's listening, you don't have to have anything fast. They can jump in.
anything.
And what it's supposed to be for is for everyday driver, they 13 to 16 years old.
Yep.
Parent has to ride with them. And it's just a bracket race. So
It
get your
doesn't
kids
matter
out
how
there.
fast it is. It just can't go faster than 9.0s in the 8th mile.
9 flat in the 8th mile as fast as they can go.
Mhm.
So they can go slower
Yeah.
by any means.
There's a lot of people that go slower.
Get your
so.
kids involved. Get out there.
And every NHRA track has that. Like it's an NHRA.
It's a fun event.
Let me get on this right quick, because it was just a minute ago. You guys familiar with Rick Gorski from Fire Corps?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see his comment?
No.
I missed it.
I missed it. Yeah.
He says you need an ignition wire sponsor.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
He says I love sponsoring the younger racers.
Yeah.
She needs some new spark plug wires.
There you
He's
go.
not the best. I promise you, he has
Realist.
the best wires.
hmm
He's in her. We told them to go.
Yeah. We told my kids to stay in your rooms. Do not come out.
Rick says
Okay,
call
I'll go,
her.
Rick.
There you go. Making it happen right now.
Awesome.
That's right.
Rick, I'll be
Yeah.
calling you too. I'm about to get my lengths nailed down. I don't, you don't need you to sponsor me. I just need you to make me some wires, because
Yeah.
I know they make good stuff.
Yeah.
that's all I've ever used is Rick stuff. He's such a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
dude to work with.
Can
Thank you,
second
Rick.
that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
He's
And
great.
you'd be surprised at all the companies that want to help with the younger.
Get with the younger kids. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get your kids
Because
involved.
they know.
Fire Corps.
Yeah.
Fire Corps spark plug wires.
Yep.
Yep.
I have never had a Fire Corps plug wire failure ever. The only trouble I had was a terminal and boot come off. I sent my mess to him. He called me. He kind of ripped my butt a little bit. He's like, you need to put dielectric. You need to take care of these. I need to do my end. And he provided that information, and I've been doing it ever since. So I needed to take a little better care of him, but he made sure I knew that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. We appreciate.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yep. We got some more pictures here. We completely blew over.
Oh, we kind of went out of order here on what we were
A
going to
little
talk
bit.
about, I think, but you know.
I wanted to see the Chevy too.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I want to say first before you get into all this, Tina was against this build. Just so we're clear.
I wanted a 2018 Colorado is what I wanted. Stick with my whole truck theme. It didn't work out. It didn't work out well because it just like a big brick, like a big one, like really tall. It was just.
So this was the rendering.
Yeah.
See how cool that would have been?
That looks nice.
It looks nice, but it didn't look that way whenever you.
I have the whole fiberglass front end, doors,
We
bedsides.
have everything for it. Yes.
But anyways, we decided. I said, you know what's going to cost the same to build the Colorado as it is. Let's build something cool where it's eye catching, where it'll be worth something if we ever get in trouble and need to sell it.
Yeah.
And so she really wasn't into it. So we found this car on the racing junk that was cut apart, just a shell, basically. Made a deal with the guy, went up and got it, and took Mike with me, the guy who's going to do all the chassis work. I said, I want you to go with me because
if you say no, we're not.
If you
doing
say
it.
no, but that way
Woo!
you'll be there when we get
yes.
it. Yeah, what a badass car.
Man, that thing did that almost every time I made a pass.
I had to get it under control.
Yes.
I was learning the car.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was like that every time.
Now we've got it.
Now it's better. And now it won't do that, but
Sure.
But it was
just learning the car.
Yeah.
It's got power windows, steel doors,
cool.
It's cup holders, you know, all the street car stuff.
Necessities for a race car.
I was on our way to Tulsa.
Cup holders.
That was getting the motor back together on our way to Tulsa to join back up with the
race week.
With the race week, all the crew. And
Hey.
There's Mike on the right.
Yeah.
His car chassis builder, and he did a lot of things on that car that was
the king of the open road. That was when I went 200 miles an hour.
So these three pictures go together. That picture with this time
yes.
slip.
As I covered everything up. It says
725.
200.
200, baby.
Yes. That was such a great day.
We tried to go 200 again on sixes and 200 at race week every day last year, and I just couldn't. We got the transmission hot on the first day. We got hung up in some traffic.
Yeah.
Man.
We were scared to do
anything. We went like 198, and we went 707, 706. Just couldn't get the numbers.
Yeah. It was. I think it was like 198 every time I went up there. It seemed like I'm like, God, never gonna get there.
Yeah. Hey, we finished.
But we finished.
We held it together and got second place, fifth fastest car there. I'm pretty proud of that. Out of all the cars that were there,
they're pretty good.
Wow.
So I'd say so.
Didn't tear up anything too bad. That's an XRP.
XRP.
That's where we run our Midwest drag racing series down there.
Great little track.
Yeah, that is a really good track. If you haven't ever been there, it is a really good track. It's well run. It's clean.
What a cool car, man.
We haven't been there yet.
Yes, you need to be. You need to go. It's pretty awesome.
Bucket list for me and Gary.
Yep.
Yes. That was in Florida, wasn't it?
Yep.
That was in Florida. That was sick week last year.
Cool.
Yeah, of course.
That's awesome.
Orlando. It's Orlando.
Cool.
Yeah. It's so neat. Those guys down there, they were so many photographers out there that took so many cool pictures. These guys know what they're doing out there whenever they're taking pictures, man.
How about those Stroud parachutes, huh?
Yep.
Good.
They need that on their wall. I need to get a big picture for them.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, looks good.
You got a open parachute picture, don't you, Rodney? From like Arc
do.
City? You do? Man, I ain't got one. I need to get one of those. I
You
need,
need
I
to
need
get
to photo,
one.
Take
I need
one
to
now.
Photoshop it or something.
Yeah.
Go open it right now. Go pull the get it
Um,
out. Go take a picture. Video so we can see it.
it's in the closet.
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me. You
It's-
drive a Mustang.
in the closet.
Oh.
It's
I'm waiting on that.
it's in the closet. I stepped into that, didn't I?
Closet, yeah.
Flip-flops on too. That's what I say about them Mustang guys.
Wheels
That
up.
picture.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. Man. How good that
I think I
truck
sent
is.
you a video probably of that pass or one right before.
You did.
I was
Yeah.
working some wheelie control. I built some wheelie control tables in the MS3 Pro and was learning what the car
Okay.
wanted and how to do that.
I'm gonna play this video. I don't remember if this one gobbles up the whole screen, but I'm gonna play it.
After that pass, you had us on the edge of our seats. What was that all about?
Well, it came up.
I would-
It came up.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. That was so
That was on me.
crazy.
That's all on me.
Well, I was like, it's going to come down and,
I
and it's
told her, I
going to
said,
be
it's-
okay.
It'll pull timing. It'll come down. Well, when it did, it pulled the timing out, and then it bounced, and it had all the power back. Of course,
Yeah.
the boost was all in at that point, and it
Yeah.
stood right back up.
I was like, oh my gosh. And I looked out and I saw the wall and I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh, no.
please just keep me off the wall. Just keep me off the wall. I'll get out, I
video,
promise. Yeah.
That's some good driving for real.
Man.
Well, I was like, just don't get me into this wall. This car is too nice. That's what I was thinking. David would kill me if I messed up this car.
And that car is so nice. You
Yeah.
see it at
Yeah.
PRI.
Twice we've
Yeah.
been there in the Crower booth. Lewis from Crower has
Man.
been nice enough to ask us. We
Yeah.
run their valve train and all of
Yes.
our stuff, cranking rods, and
Yep. Man.
it's.
Stuff works.
I love that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Crower makes awesome stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of people with the drag and drive stuff
Uses that, yeah.
have no problems.
Mhm.
Lifters, cam,
Yep.
we run all their stuff. So
I got Crower lifters on my big block.
there you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Good stuff.
Here's another one from PRI.
I don't know what I was talking about, but I was talking about something.
You're just chewing somebody out.
That's
Maybe.
it.
Probably me.
Probably.
Like David.
Somebody,
Taking my picture.
somebody
Quit
over
it.
there touching my car. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody was trying to buy my car this year at PRI.
Really?
Oh.
Yes,
They were
I'll
serious
be-
about it.
they were really serious, and
They
I was
waited
like,
like 30 minutes. I kept trying
to
to blow
talk
them
to
off,
us. Yeah,
and finally I had to
Wow.
go back there, and they were like,
but for me to just have this car done and haven't got to race it much, I'm like, I'm not really ready
Start
to sell
over.
it just yet. Yeah, and just have
Yeah.
to. I mean, we're kind of doing that now with the truck, trying to put it on a diet and get all this stuff done to it, and it's like building another car. It's so crazy.
and I'm trying to do everything myself this time,
Mhm.
like
Everything.
in my shop here at home and part time, and it's
Do it at work and on the weekends.
there's so much to do. It's a lot.
Have you drove the
One
Nova,
car for
David, or will you?
I drove it one time, and I had the intake off fixing an oil leak, and I had left the distributor or the cam sync. I guess it had vibrated and got loose, and I didn't catch it, and I probably didn't have it tight enough. That's exactly what happened, and it just got looser.
Yeah.
And I made a pass on a streetcar takeover at Noble, and I saw smoke coming into the car, and I just thought it was because I'd never driven the car before, and I just left it on gate pressure, run like 580s on gate, and I oiled the track down. I felt so
Ooh.
bad. And I got back, and there was oil
Oh,
following. I jacked it up and found out where it was leaking and wiped it all down. I went up there and made another one. I was like, I'm gonna do it again. except clean one this time. Anyways, I was that guy. If you see smoke, pull over. It's burnout smoke coming out from underneath still.
No.
Man.
So I've made 2 passes in it.
Okay.
Slow pass.
It's built for either one of us to drive. Mike made it to where if I'm in it, the seat's in a different position, and the steering wheel, of course, we change steering wheels also, but a seat and steering wheel adjustment is all we need to swap between him and I for racing that thing. But he doesn't drive it.
I enjoy doing the work, putting the tune-up in it, making sure she's straight in the groove and wherever I want her on the racetrack, and seeing it go down the track. And I enjoy most people don't know the feeling putting your wife in a car and having her make a pass and seeing that look and that excitement. Jeremy Corbin, Strictly Business Truck, is just now, letting her drive, his wife drive.
Mm-hmm.
And he understands that feeling. But if you've never done that, a lot of guys are just too, I don't know, caught up with themselves, and want that themselves, that they would never do that. That's fine, whatever you want to do. But I enjoy, Tina's a very good driver, and she's better on the tree consistently than I am. And I'm not ashamed to say that. She's an awesome driver, and I love doing what I do. So
yeah, it's good.
Yep.
That's why I got a new contract yesterday. That was a joke, by the way, for all this, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Some people didn't get it. They were like, wait, I don't understand.
Tina, I have a question.
Yes.
So we've been sitting here talking a little bit about different racing from
Yes.
No Prep Kings to Top Sportsman to Dragon Drive and that sort of thing.
Yep.
And so kind of living in all the lanes. And just take a second here and think about, like, what do you think would be your highlight moment, if you could put that in a memory, and if you're telling a story to somebody, if for yourself or with David or Kennedy, or just whatever you think, give us your highlight career moment.
Well, I think there's kind of a combination, like with me going 200 miles an hour in a street car is a big deal. It's hard to get there. It's hard to keep going back. And that's a big thing for me. This is something that we have been wanting for a long time, to get that 200 mile an hour. And so that would be one. And also for us to be in this, the Dragon Drive community, and being able to go to a big event like Rocky Mountain Race Week and win it. I mean, that means I was the fastest car there. And it means that we finished, and it was like all of our hard work was worth it. It's that really, that is the big for me, but also knowing that my daughter is coming up in it and she's doing so well and she likes it so much. I just need to get my little one to come along and do that too. But, that may take some time with her, but I think being a mom and seeing your children do the same kind of things that you do is kind of a neat thing, to be able to experience that with them. And she may not always listen to me. That's why David rides with her and not me. But, I think we butt heads a little too much, just because we probably think more alike.
Sure.
And I don't know, but I kind of just all that together is as one, for it to be a complete, kind of accomplishment of what our racing is. Us as a family doing it together, we are a team here. And then with Kinsey, she's part of that too. And so my family is a big part of our racing, and that's a big deal for me, to be able to share it with them.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
Yeah. You mentioned Kinsey. She's racing with you and, doing that stuff with you guys now.
Yes.
Is that something you think she'll do years and years down the road?
I think so. I think like she's already talked about, well, maybe she's not going to go to college. Maybe she'll go to welding school and do. I said, no, no, you can do that on the side. And then after college, and if that's what you decide you want to do, you can do that, but you need something else. I just want her to be able to make it on her own without having any help from anybody or depending on anyone. Like she needs to stand on her own, and she's really independent. So I think she will be okay with that. But she's already talked about doing some of that stuff, and I'm okay with it as long as she gets an education first.
Sure.
Just to make sure she's got that, and then she can do whatever she wants to do. But yeah, I think she will. I think she'll end up doing a little more.
Yeah.
So.
What kind of car does she like? Is she a truck girl, or is she likes something else?
She's been a truck girl. She even like her first truck, David's got a 84 Chevy truck down there, and that's what she wants for her daily driver. And I'm
it's
okay.
a long bed four-wheel drive. It was one that I was building years ago, and
for
I kind
him
of pulled off of it, and she's like taking it over.
She's like, I want that. That's what I want to drive. Yeah. So I think she's more of a truck girl.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think, I was thinking back when you were asking Tina what my biggest, what I feel like was my biggest accomplishment with Tina's racing was when we crashed at Outlaw Armageddon. Everybody's seen that on TV. It was just a bad deal,
Mm-hmm.
And then to come back, I think it was not the next year, but the next year and win it. We won the truck class.
Run the truck class, yeah.
It's a win's a win to me.
Mm-hmm.
To come back and win that after crashing there was a pretty big highlight. And another highlight is probably 2 years ago. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. We had 2 times at Noble, Thunder Valley Raceway Park, where Tina and I both won classes that we were in.
It was index classes.
5.0 and I was 6.0.
Something like that, yeah.
But we both won on the same night.
Nights.
Oh, cool.
We did that.
Twice,
We did that twice that year, and
there's one in it.
Yeah.
That is to win anything these days, as tough as everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
You can go one round, man. There's people out there. There's people out there that have been racing all their life and never won a race.
Yeah.
There's people out there that never been past second round,
Yeah.
in anything, and they keep going and they do it because they love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that too. But to win in 2 different classes with 2 trucks, husband and wife, that don't happen very often. And I'll bet it's happened less than 10 times in the world, I'll bet. But I'm very proud of that. And just to see my girls out there racing and Kendall doing her thing, she's not really into racing, but it's a proud dad. I'm really proud of what we've done.
Yeah.
I'm not some big time racer. I don't have a lot of people behind me.
Yeah.
It's just us, just like you guys. We're just racers, just like you guys.
Work hard, play hard, race hard.
That's right.
Yep.
I had an opportunity to race on the show early on that kind of, put us in a little bit of spotlight, if you will. We don't look at it like that, but we're just racers. We just love racing. That's why we do it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, well said.
So,
Yep.
Do you have any hobbies that aren't racing related? Anything you do that's not working at the shop or racing? No,
that's all we do.
I
drive my kids around for their sports and activities. That's what I do.
That's a hobby.
Kenzie's a pretty good softball player.
Yeah. So there's a lot of softball that goes on in this house. Yeah.
She's shortstop and second base, and she's a pretty good ball player. But she gets that from Tina. Tina was all state back in
long time ago. I don't mention how long ago.
Same school. Little Axe High School. So
You sent me that picture, and I think it was 93, if I seen it right.
Oh my gosh! Why are you saying
Is that right? Did I
that?
say that out loud?
Is that the picture with her in the trophy case?
Yes.
Yes,
Put it on there.
Yes, I graduated in 1993. Yes, I did.
I don't remember if I
This is
loaded
in
it on here.
This is
I didn't know if you wanted it on here.
Heck yeah. Show
Give me a
Tina was All-State, and they have her still in the trophy case in the gymnasium with all the other kids that have done something, spectacular or whatever.
All-State and all that.
Yeah,
Well, I should be in there, right?
It's
Because
a
I'm
little
still part of it.
It's
Got a
cutout
little
of her.
picture.
It's awesome.
Oh,
So
that was in a
embarrassing.
text. I'd have to dig it up.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get
So
it switched into here.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking and all.
We'll just pretend like I didn't bring up what year that was.
Right. Too late.
everybody's writing it down.
Yeah. Mine too. So she is how old? Oh, yep.
Well, I'm
Yes,
older
I
than
am.
you, so
So
there you
this
go.
is,
There we go.
that's
Wrong way.
There it is.
isn't that awesome? That's
Well,
funny.
Cool.
well. I liked playing sports. Okay.
So,
Thank you guys for having us on here.
absolutely.
It's
So,
our first podcast ever.
Yep.
doing great.
Cool.
This is the point too where Gary, how are you doing on your sheet?
I'm good. I've only got like one more thing that'll be
Okay.
kind of fun to talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the part where Gary's going to check some comments. We're going to bring him in. While he's doing that, want to just give you the floor for a second, and both of you, one at a time, can just this is when you want to thank the people that helped you to get you to this point. So just take a minute and think through that, and whoever wants to go first. But these are just the people that are in your corner that you just want to kind of give a shout out to, if you will, and all if there's a story behind it, that's great too. But the floor is yours.
I'll go first. MS3 Pro, you can see I'm wearing their shirt. These guys have been with us for about 8 years. We've been with them, and they just got bought out by 3 new guys. They're in the racing world, and they're stepping it up with the system. They've been very supportive to us, and they're really looking for they're really there's a new excitement, and it's exciting for us. I'm glad to see that they're taking it to the next levels, and you're going to see some new exciting stuff from them. We really appreciate those guys.
We also have Carter's Engines. They're the ones who take care of all of our engines. They've been spectacular. Not only are they business partners with us, but they're also our good friends. So it makes it a little nicer to have really good friends, which a lot of our people that we partner with we are pretty close to them. Crower, they're another people that we're pretty close with.
We've been with Crower
since
a long time.
Yeah,
They've
it's been a long time.
They've stood by us. QA1.
Yes. Let me say,
their
QA1.
shocks. It's the best secret that there is. If you guys have never tried their mod series,
they work.
They've got little bitty
The
valving
first-
that you can replace.
Yes.
The first time I seen that shock was
Yes.
you guys posting a picture of it or something of that
gosh.
sort.
They're so
Yes.
great.
They are amazing.
And they're, they make carbon fiber drive
Drive
shafts
shafts,
too.
yep.
They really make a good product. We're dealers for them, so if anybody needs some parts, pricing, text me or message me through Messenger.
Yep.
What's
We
the-
have Mosier.
Mosier.
They all, of course, they have really good rear ends. I mean,
We have
their floater in the Nova.
We've never had
amazing.
any problems with any of their stuff.
It's been great. Also, Brodix. Brodix has been really good with us. Their engine, we've put that block through a lot, and it still has held up. Like it's
That's an
pretty
aluminum, cast aluminum
Aluminum.
big block, isn't it?
Yeah, big
Yep.
block. Yeah.
yes,
And their cylinder heads.
yes.
are
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, yeah. We've put them to the test on that kind of stuff, and they're good stuff right there. But I know there's really not a whole lot. Kicker, it has been my sponsor from the very beginning, also, and I know this really has nothing to do with racing, but I did have a whole sound system in my red truck doing Dragon Drives. They had a whole system for me. It was
They
pretty
built us
awesome.
a subwoofer box
Yeah,
and
the whole
amps.
system, everything. Just
We were jamming going
Yeah.
down the road.
you just hit it's all controlled by your cell phone. It was pretty awesome. But
One more I'm going to mention. Our transmission guy, Larry Wilson. He's been around since the 70s. He's about half retired, and he has no social media. He has
Yeah.
no. But man,
Right.
he builds a killer transmission. He doesn't do
Yeah.
anything for us for free, but
yeah,
I just wanted to mention
But
him.
listen,
He always takes care of us. Like,
we can depend on him. Whatever it is, we need something. He's like, yeah, just bring it tomorrow. Like everything's okay. Like he's really good about that for us because he knows we're pretty hard on everything. And
I said this earlier. Oh, PTC Torque Converters. I know you guys got a torque converter sponsor there. Just trying not to step on your toes there, but I said this earlier also. John Gentry, Baron Racing.
Yeah.
He gives us a deal on, if you price it through Summit, he's going to beat their price.
Yep.
And he's our friend too, and we really appreciate him. We bought a lot of stuff
yeah.
over the last couple of years with him. He saved us a lot of money.
Mhm.
He's a good guy too.
Yep.
We appreciate him.
Compressed air supercharging.
Man.
These guys have really, last year they really had their work cut out for them with our stuff and really working with us. I mean, Dave is the one that we know that
we become friends with him too.
Yeah, and man, he's seen us get frustrated. He's seen us be like, what are we doing wrong? Why isn't it working? And he's like, it'll be okay. Let's figure it out. Like, he goes, I know how the system works. Like, he is stuck with us, with all this. And I think we finally got it figured out. And
you ever have those breakthrough moments when you're just like underwater, and then all of a sudden you come up and you're like,
You're like,
oh,
it was all
this
worth
is the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah.
But anybody wants any information on that, you can just Google, or there's a couple of YouTube videos, compressed air supercharging, and on Tina's racing page, Tina Pierce Racing.
Yeah. HMJ Fabrication, he's the guy that built our Nova.
Mike.
He did amazing.
Miguel.
I mean,
Miguel.
My car is awesome. I can't say anything.
It is awesome.
Everything has worked. Everything's been really good. It's held up. We got it built fast, and it's still safe and good. So we're all good.
It'd be a little more awesome with a big block in it.
It used to have a big block.
I agree.
In there. I've got everything. We're gonna go right back. Back on.
Yeah, we didn't make it to where it won't take the big block back, but for right now,
we're doing some different. We've got plans for the truck. Like, that's priority this year.
Yeah.
So that's why we did what we're.
Yep.
Hey, the Nova's so awesome. People are trying to buy it at PRI. I mean, come on.
I know, it's so crazy. I was like, "You're gonna buy what?"
I priced it really high.
Did you give them a number?
I did.
We did.
Fair enough.
$200,000.
It would be more than that because I'm not ready to part with it yet.
Hey, we all seen what Stewie got for his car, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was on sale for a minute then when you said 200, right? He had his chance.
That was it. Sorry.
I said it's not for sale.
There you go.
It's really not for sale. Not yet anyway.
All right.
Still got a lot more to do with it.
I think that's
about it. Yep.
Good. All right.
Aeromotive on their fuel pumps. Awesome stuff. I don't know what you guys run. You probably run Aeromotive. They're right up there by you.
I've got an
You
Aeromotive
should.
gear-driven belt pump.
Yep.
Or spur gear, I guess they call it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They make awesome stuff. We've been using their stuff for years and years.
Yep.
They have
And-
not ever done anything for us, but maybe they will after this video. You never know.
And
Hey.
Jeff Stacy is such a good dude, and he's great help.
Yeah, he
Jeff
is. We've
is.
talked to him a bunch. Yes.
Yep. They've got great products. Like I said, we use them, and
Yeah.
we've had
We
no
just-
problems
yep.
with them.
I-
In fact, I sent a couple things in to get freshened up, just so we don't have any problems.
I bought some Magna Fuel fittings for my intake manifold for the water side, and they showed up, and the threads were kind of junky. And
Uh-huh.
they've always had
I've seen
I've
your
always
post.
got good stuff from them. Well, Jeff jumps in there in that post I made about it. He's like, "Hey, we got fittings." I was like, "Oh, I know you do. I just
Sorry,
dang it."
I don't know why. I don't know why it's somewhere else.
Yeah, but
That's funny.
it's all good.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Okay.
I got one more drag and drive question.
Okay.
Trailer or no trailer?
We have to have a trailer.
We've done it both ways.
We've done it both ways. Now we had the extended cab part. We put everything in there one year, and that was pretty awesome. But luckily we didn't have any trouble that year, but
We'd have been in trouble.
we would have been
If we
in
had
trouble if we had trouble. Yes.
We just went
So-
for it.
We need a trailer.
I
It's so
think
much easier without a trailer,
Yes.
but man, to disconnect and not have to
Yeah.
unload a bunch of stuff out of your car.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot easier than having
Saves
to
so much
unload. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
dude, we had so much stuff packed in Keith's wagon in 12. We
Oh
had-
my gosh, take
Oh.
forever.
yeah, and that's a time killer. I think everybody
Yes.
needs to do it without a trailer to appreciate the speed
Yes.
and ease of having a trailer.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you've ever, we've been around Rich Guido a lot,
Yes.
and Guido.
He's
I don't know
special.
what the correct. Listen, have you ever seen his trunk?
Oh my
That
gosh.
trunk is so big. He
Big.
carries two tires back there, maybe one there and the one in the back seat. But now he pulls the trailer, I think. But there's so much room. That guy is the king.
Yeah,
Like,
he is
He is.
amazing. For him to drive all the way that he does.
And
oh my gosh.
you know what operating system he's on? Say it.
Tell us.
MS3 Pro. He's got more drag and drive miles than anybody.
Oh, for
Yep.
sure.
It's a solid
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Anyways,
an
he's
awesome
the
dude.
king.
Yeah.
Trailer or no trailer, he's got it.
Yep.
Blaine
Got it
says no
down.
trailer.
No trailer.
Everybody is pretty passionate on their
Yeah.
which way they go, but
I know, but
when we had
yeah.
when we had to
Going
load
really
and unload
fast.
Keith's wagon, oh
Yeah,
man.
it's tough. It's tough. Even what little we had to do, we had to unload everything every single day. And it was like,
I think
oh my gosh.
the fastest no trailer guy is Doug Klein. We miss seeing Doug Klein out.
Oh,
doing his thing,
yes.
Man,
Yeah.
fast
Doug
car, no
Klein.
trailer.
Yep. Yeah. That was pretty awesome. Man.
Yep.
Well, like,
How you
a long
doing,
time
Rod?
ago.
Doing great. So just last review too, how the comments doing, anything you want to bring in?
We had Blaine's comment there. You was talking about MS3, and Blaine said, cool to see new MS3 stuff. Glad it wasn't private equity that bought them.
Yep.
Me too.
That's happening.
They're great racers.
Yeah,
Group of guys that bought
yeah.
it. They're
They
hungry
raised-
for
Here.
They're right.
improvements.
Yes, they want new things happening, so it's happening. Things are happening. You just have to. They just need a little bit of time, but
made
it's
in the USA.
Yep, good stuff.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. No, I think that is getting close to the end here. So I don't have anything left questions for me. I think
Okay.
Gary said he had his final questions. And so
Yep.
I do have one more thing to wrap up on our side, but just
Okay.
take the floor back to you too. We appreciate you being on and coming on and hanging out with us for a couple hours, 2 hours, 9 minutes. And it's been a
Yeah.
ball. I was looking forward to it all week, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys saying yes at PRI, and
Yeah.
you're
It's
great.
fun.
Got to know a lot about you, and
Yeah.
I can just tell right now you're great parents too. So I learned something
Oh.
else from you guys. So
Well,
We
thanks.
tried.
Yeah. Ask my kid. My kids may have a different idea.
Sure, I
of
understand
that.
But any final thoughts from your end? And then I got one more thing.
Well, then we just really appreciate you guys having us. It's been fun. Of course, as always, good time talking to you guys. But thank you for having us on there.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We promised to you at PRI when we talked about this that it would be fun. So
Yes, always.
Yeah, the time has gone by. I didn't realize it was already.
Yeah.
Been, I mean, I knew it was getting 2 hours.
yeah, it flies by.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool. So, Gary, you want to put our little ticker up there? Sorry. Just a shout out for us. This is the time where I tell you to go to Heads Up Racing, Gary and Hot Rod podcast, hit the like button. We got about 10 or 15 new subscribers this week. And we want to shout out to our sponsors as well, as you can see on our screen as well, to kind of make this happen for us. And like I said before, we're paid up through 2024. So I want to talk about our next show. We're going to break it back to, we're going to bring on Al and Larry from Titans of 10-5. They're going to come in and they're going to talk about their series, talk about their new schedule, new classes, rules, and all the activities from that there. So we're excited to bring them on. And like we've been doing,
we've been wanting to go to one of those. We've been wanting to go to one of those. Maybe we'll
you
try
should. It's a lot of fun.
It's a good group.
Like family as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome group of racers.
And so looking forward to them coming on next week. I saw them on the show this week as well, just down there on the ticker. So we're excited for them to come on and talk about what they got going on. And so I think that is all I have.
And Tina's
Awesome.
Facebook page also, Tina Pierce Racing on Facebook.
Yep.
Go check them out there.
Yeah,
Always have
definitely.
something new going on.
Good. Well, I'll continue to follow that.
All right.
Thank you,
Sounds
Super
good.
excited. Thank you for coming on. Had a great couple hours. Got to know you guys.
Yes.
And
Yes.
did an amazing job here.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Y'all stay warm.
We will.
Yes.
You
It's
guys,
so cold out there. Ooh.
you guys too. Be careful and keep warm.
Yes,
Okay,
we will.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you again so much for your time tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. We hope to
All
see
right,
you guys
hold on.
at the. Whoa, what? Oh, I go this
All
way.
right, bye. Ready?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I
And all of you. All right.
don't know
Tina.
which way to go.
Tina,
Yes.
David, thank you again.
Yes. Sounds
All right.
good. Thanks.
Everybody that come on to this deal and hung out and commented, thank you.
Yes.
And see
All
you
right.
next Sunday. Bye.
7 o'clock.